This is Michael Alig from michaelalig.com, and you're listening to Without Your Head.
Earlier when you mentioned, not having the internet, not being prepared for the internet when you came out, what are your thoughts on how they prepare you to come when you're released from prison in general? Do you think they do?
They don't. They don't prepare you in any way. And even in the way that they're supposed to prepare you, your keys are right here. I don't know what you know. There's something called transitional services. And when you leave prison, you're supposed to go through this 3-day ordeal of where they're supposed to be teaching you how to, fill out make a resume and do a job interview and get an apartment. Yes, 3 days. And, where do you hear what the really actually is? The problem is that it's run by inmates. There's no money to fund it. So it's run completely by inmates. There's no oversight whatsoever. It's completely run by inmates. So you can imagine, I was at the first day I went there, and instead of teaching us how to fill out job applications and make resumes, I swear to God, they were teaching us how to rely on psychology tests to make the psychologists think that you're insane so that you can get disability. And the things that you're supposed to say, the symptoms that you're supposed to say that you have in order to get certain kinds of mental illnesses, the kinds that pay the most disability. They showed us how to lie on how to cheat the government out of taxes and how to not declare income so that you can get free housing. Every scam you can imagine, they taught us how to do. So that when we left prison, we were experts at scamming the government out of money and living for free. And nobody does anything about it. I never did learn how to make a resume. And it's funny because when I came home, I was offered jobs. I started getting offered jobs, and when you're on parole, in order to get a job, you have to have. They say that you have to have the employer write a letter to the parole board and explaining what the job is and blah blah blah. And I jumped all the hoops like an idiot and had these letters all written and prepared, and I walked in like the teacher's pet that I was, and with my chest out and said, "Here are the letters." And my parole officer didn't know what to do with them because she'd never received letters from anybody offering any parole jobs because they're all on. She just assumed that I would be on welfare and that I would get food stamps, and that's the end of that. And she was almost annoyed that I was giving her these letters because then she had to take them to her supervisor, and she had to have things approved. And they were actually annoyed at me for this.
I can imagine. I worked in adolescent residential, and it's kind of like junior jail, and that was one of the reasons I couldn't stick with it, is because working with people who really weren't doing services for these kids was awful. So you saying these things is not a shock. I mean, it's sad, but I'm not like, no, there's no way. I totally...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel the same way. I wasn't shocked. I guess I expected it, but you don't want to expect it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, this is Herschel Gordon Lewis, and you are listening to withoutyourhead.com.